We're not simply a basketball team with a mission, but rather we're a mission within a basketball team. The heart of this mission is to produce men who will trade the pursuit of me for the pursuit of three. We call this the IAM3rd way. God first, others second, myself third.
Can you say it? Yes, I can. The Wildcats are the national champions of small college basketball. Let's have it for the national champ! For the national champ! For the national champs! Unbelievable! And the Lady Wildcats have done it again. Once is wonderful, two is twice as nice.
And the red banner in the NAIA D2 title head back to Marion, Indiana. For the third time in 5 years, Indiana Wesleyan national champions.
In the last decade, the Indiana Wesleyan University Hoops program has experienced unparalleled success in college basketball. Winning at the highest level has become the standard. 3 national championships in the past 5 years is unrivaled by any college program.
When I think about the past 13 years and the story God has written here through this program, I'm just blown away. And one of the things I'm blown away at is that no matter how big we have dreamed or the plans and the vision we've tried to cast, it always falls short of what God ends up doing. And the real story, the true success behind all the numbers, is that God is producing IAM3rd leaders. He's producing men and women who would go out and rather serve than to be served. He's producing men and women who are going to influence their communities. And I think specifically with our program, it's about godly fathers and husbands who are generational changers. So it gets exciting for me to think about what's next and how we can dream and how we can cast vision. Ultimately, that's going to fall short of what God ultimately does, but to be a part of that is really exciting.
Out goes Widener for the final time. Tears for everybody on the sideline.
What the program did for me was give me a new perspective of basketball and ultimately a new perspective of life. Coming in, it was about a win or a number of points scored, and by the time I graduated, it was basketball as a form of worship. I realized that I can't sing or dance or play an instrument, but man, I could play the game of basketball, and that's what the Lord gifted me. And so being able to play the game and give all the glory and praise back to Him really changed my perspective and ultimately changed the way that I live my life and being able to impact lives through the game of basketball.
There you go, Jordan Widener named the MVP. Holy cow, what a way to wrap up your career.
Being a part of this program has really changed my life in the fact that I've learned that basketball doesn't have to be a business. I've learned that you can still work hard and you can put in your effort and be the best basketball player you can be, but do it for a much higher purpose. And watching my teammates and coaches pursue excellence on the court, but in the right way, pursuing God first and others second, has really changed my perspective and changed my life in that I want to use basketball not only to win games and to have fun, but ultimately to change lives and lead people and point people to the person who's made it all possible, and that's Christ Himself.
I've been fortunate to be a part of Indiana Wesleyan men's and women's basketball over the last 10 years, and I've seen so many amazing things, but the coolest part is that it's all been rooted in IAM3rd, God first, others second, myself third. This tradition of excellence goes well beyond the basketball floor. It goes into the mission field when we take our teams on mission trips. It goes into the locker rooms when we're doing devotion, into the coaches' offices, as we just try to go through this discipleship process alongside our players and coaches and managers. This IAM3rd Life Center will only allow us to recruit higher level leaders, more elite basketball players, and equip us in a way that we can prepare them to do great things in their jobs, in their communities, and in their churches, and all in the name of Jesus Christ.
The IAM3rd Life Center will tell the story of a greater way not only to play basketball, but to live life. Those who experience the culture of this facility will walk away challenged and encouraged to live third in their places of work, home, and in their communities. Our prayers for a transformation that impacts generation after generation. Immediately upon entrance, you recognize that this facility tells a different story. Instead of self-promotion, this is a story about something greater and bigger than oneself. This place speaks to the IAM3rd life. This place tells the meaning behind all the success and the true way that we measure success. We want to call people to the IAM3rd life here in this facility. The arena is a big-time feel within a small-time atmosphere. Fans and recruits will experience the wow factor as they walk into this place. I envision opposing teams will face a distinct home court advantage because of how packed it is and the way the fans are on top of them throughout a game. Similar to Cameron Indoor at Duke University, it may not be the biggest, but it will bring the greatest home court advantage. And in my opinion, probably the greatest separation factor would be the practice facility. Normally reserved for Power 5 schools, Indiana Wesleyan would gain a distinct advantage with the ability to practice in these facilities. Our players would work out in these facilities and have 24-hour access to this facility. Hard work has always been a piece of our fabric, and this would only increase our ability to outwork our competition.
Another point of differentiation would be the sports chapel. Unlike any other facility that we know of, this would have a specific place for coaches to gather their teams for devotions, talks, worship, and even times of prayer. Creating a space for this places the priority on God first and others second. Whether it's gains in the weight room, classroom, skills on the court, or the next level of spiritual growth, we are constantly driven by one question: what is the next level? If we dream big and we work hard, where might we separate ourselves? The IAM3rd Life Center will produce separation in every facet of our players' lives, in the life of this institution.